What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of creating your roleplay Samp server. In today's episode, I will show you how to make a job so the player can make some money. Firstly, we need to add a job in the database. We'll click on structure and click go down here to create one more column. Name it a job. The type will be varchar with a length of 25, and we can put the default to as define and define it as none, and then click save. Now let's open the script and put the pjob in the player's info enum. Because it's a varchar in the database, we'll need to put a size. I would recommend from 25 to 64. Now we need to add the job in the reset account function. Add a new variable called none with the same size that the job has in the player's info enum. Then put the player's info job equals to the variable none. I forgot to add a string into the variable none. Just type the strcat none size of none, and we are done here. We have to put it in the save player function so the job is saved in the database. You don't need to add it in the register section, but it won't hurt. Here we put %e because it's a string. If we add the backslash, we can then continue to write in another line without errors. I do this so the script is easier to read. If you want to save the player's job, you need to put it in here. I'll put it after the inactivity, but it must be before the where id equals. And at the end we need to put the player info, player id, pjob, also after the p inactivity and before the sid. You have to add this if you put the job in the registration section in the save player function. This is the same like in the reset account function. We create a non variable and assign a non string to it and save it into the player's info's job. Now we need to start the server and open Samp. We need to find some place where the job will be located. I will show you how to make a small farmer job. Here we save the position where the player will get the job. After that we save the position where the player we need to go so he starts with the job. For this example I will only make 8 positions. Let's find a place where the farmer vehicles will spawn. For example here. Then open the saved positions file. It's located in your documents, GTA San Andreas user files and Samp. After that, open the script and go to on player key state change. We wanna check if the player has clicked the key Y. In Samp, we check this in here like this. Key underscore yes is the Y key. Now we need another if statement to check if the player is on the right coordinates when he pressed the Y key. Here we need to copy from the second number to the fourth one, no more, just the X, Y and Z coordinates. Now we need to check if the player has a job. We do that by checking if his P job is not equal to none, which means he has a job. With string compare, if the strings match, the function will return 0. If they don't match, it will return -1 or 1. So if the strings match, meaning the player doesn't have a job, we need to change his P job to the farmer's job. Because of the mistake, instead of a string cat, you have to use format, like this. Now we can change the player skin to represent his job. We can find the skin IDs on Google. I will use this one. We can send a message to the player to tell him he's hired. Now go to on game mode init. Here we'll create the text, pickups and vehicles. With this we create a 3D text in the world. We put the text and colors in the first place. The \n is for a new line. Then the white color, which is -1. After that the coordinates of the job. The draw distance, it's from how far can the player see the text. And virtual world is 0, the default one. Let's compile and see if there are any errors. I've got 2 errors. The first is that I forgot to add the virtual world in the text. Now let's add a pickup. Also, you can Google the pickup IDs. I will use the 1210, it's a suitcase. The type will be 1 so the players can't pick it up. Coordinates are the same as in the text, the rest we do not care. We need to change the create dynamic pickup to add static pickup. Now let's add the vehicles. In the add static vehicle, first we add the vehicle model ID. I'll use the tractor with ID 531. Now copy the coordinates of the job vehicle 1 and job vehicle 2 from the saved positions. The Z angle is in which direction will the vehicle be rotated. The white color is the number 1. I forgot to add the vehicles as variables. Create a variable called farmer vehicle with the size of 2 or how many vehicles you added. Before the add static vehicle, add farmer vehicle 0 and 1. Now let's check when the player enters the tractor if he's a farmer. With this if statement, we can check if the vehicle the player tried to enter is one of the farmer's vehicles. If that's true, let's see if the player is a farmer. Because I removed the exclamation point, now we check if he isn't a farmer. If he isn't a farmer, we remove him from the vehicle. We need to add a variable for the job stage to see if the player has started working. We can set the job stage to 0 when he gets hired, also when the player spawns. If the player is farmer and his job stage is 0, we'll create markers to show him the path. Copy the X, Y and Z coordinates from the first job position and paste them. 2.0 size is enough. Send him a message so he knows that he needs to go to the marker. When he enters the checkpoint, we need to disable it and show the next one. Go to the onPlayerEnter checkpoint function and add disable player checkpoint. After that, we need to check if the player is at the position of the marker. If he is, we show him the next marker, and like that for every position. For the last one, we need to tell him he finished the work, give him money and save the player. For now, $300 is enough. Because we gave him money, we need to add the money into the player info's money. When we get to the first checkpoint, we can set the job stage to 1 so we know that we started working, and put it to 0 on the last checkpoint so we can work again. Also add the set vehicle to respawn. This will respawn the tractor after we are done with the work. We need to load the job from the database. This is a crucial mistake. You can either use format instead of the string cat or do it like I do it now. I found the problem why the strings wouldn't load from the database. We need to change the getting and need to add a size. In the load account, add underscore name after the cache get value for the strings. And at the end put the size of the variables. It have to be same as in the player's info enum. Here is the gameplay on how it looks. I hope you liked the video, understand it and learned something from it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong and goodbye.